but we have to wish someone a very happy birthday.
Because she's single.
She's single. She's hot. She's in Brazil with her family. Apparently celebrating a low-key family birthday with her mom and sister this weekend in Brazil. Happy birthday to Gisele, who turns 43. Yes. Gisele Bündchen.
So,
Bündchen.
Danny, Monsi, Ramos, I got to hear from all you guys. Anyone who wants to chime in, 877-99 on Fox. My first thought was, when you're fresh out of a divorce, and I know it was amicable for the most part, but do you call exes on their birthday? Do you DM them? Do you drop a little happy birthday text message? Or is that fishing for attention? Is that opening the door of deceit? Like, is there anything wrong with, or is it normal behavior to reach out to an ex on their birthday?
We're going to go around the room, right? And we're going to take your phone calls at 877-99 on Fox. And, of course, you could chime in at Covino and Rich on social media, the most interactive show on radio, the most inclusive. Let's go. Let's get involved. I got to tell you from experience, dude, that it's probably in his best interest to maybe drop a text. To call? Get out of here. What is this, 1980-something? Nobody calls anybody. He doesn't have to call her to wish her a happy birthday. Beat it with that.
Let me check out Tommy's Instagram. Let me see if he Instagrammed like, hey, happy birthday to my ex. I doubt it.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to do it publicly either. It is a private situation. They are public figures, though, I get it. But here's why I say it's okay. My first initial instinct, Rich, was like, no way. Get out of here. That's desperate. You're moving forward. They have kids together. They have to remain amicable, or at least try, right? And that's like the slightest gesture. If you could communicate with your ex and co-parent and talk about, like, hey, I'm taking the kids to the mall today, then you could wish her, and by the way, hope you have a nice birthday. That's not going overboard. It's not that big of a deal, and that's coming from me. And I don't have the most amicable situation. We're very civil, right, for the greater good of our kid, but even I would do that. Would I call? No. Would I make a public post? Absolutely not. And again, we're talking ex-wife with a kid. If it's an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife with no kid, absolutely no. There's no need for it. There's no need.
I don't know. I mean, listen, if this is, let's say you're 35, 40 years old, and your high school sweetheart, who you dated 20 years ago, you just happen to be scrolling on Instagram or Facebook, and it's like, oh, look, it's Jenny's birthday. Oh, Jessica's birthday. I knew this day sounded familiar. Is it creepo shady, Monsi, to say, hey, hope you're having a nice birthday?
Yes, I 100% agree with Covino on this. I don't care how long you dated. Unless you have kids, there's no reason to. I actually hated when random friends of high school would Facebook message me, happy birthday. Stop. You don't know. So I took my birthday off.
Monsi.
Yeah, I took my birthday off because we're not friends. No.
Stop it.
Yeah, no me gusta. I'm with Covino on this.
Yeah, you're really just fishing for some sort of interaction, not necessarily anything creepy and anything that'll get you into trouble. But like, what's the point?
What's the point? Good.
What's the point? What are you really getting at?
I mean, I'm not saying a little happy birthday. You up? I'm saying like a simple like, I dated you in the 90s. Like, hey, hope you're well. Happy birthday.
No.
There's no crime in it. But remember where this conversation started. Tom and Gisele. If there's kids involved, I understand, right? Again, you're just trying to keep it peaceful, keep things going, trying to remain civil so that you guys could co-parent and have an easy breezy relationship together without any hostile sort of back and forth.
Monsi, if you grab your...
it depends how much time has gone by, too. Rich, you're saying high school girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I know.
So if you've been out of high school 20-something years and you happen to see on Facebook it's her birthday and you just want to join in on the fun, hey, happy... Like, there's no crime in that. It depends how fresh it is. If it's a recent ex, I don't know if your current girl's going to be okay with that. If it's here's the rule. We're going to establish it here on Fox Sports Radio. It can't be the most recent ex because that looks shady to the person you're with.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Right? If
especially
it's a high school sweetheart.
If there was overlap between the person you're with now and that ex, that's a fair statement. But, Monsi, if you happen to see your dude's phone laying around and, I don't know, happen to somehow find your way into the DMs, and it was like, hey, happy birthday, haven't talked to you in a while, hope everything's good. That's not innocent to you?
Again, why now? If you have kept a relationship, a friendship, where every year you send a message on your birthday, you send a Merry Christmas, that's different. But if we don't have any sort of relationship, nobody needs to tell me happy birthday. You don't need to tell them happy birthday. That's how I feel. If you have kept a relationship, even if it's a minimal one, that's different.
You know what it is, and I hate to say this, Rich, and I mean no disrespect here from Jersey. Hey, Dickie, no disrespect. But Rich is such a people pleaser, and that's not necessarily a bad thing all the time. Like, he wants to be on the good side of all the relationships and the good side of everyone on Facebook and in his life, that he wants to lead with that all the time. But it's definitely not necessary, and it can be perceived as you're fishing for something.
I mean, if I've seen you naked, I feel like I could at least say happy birthday.
It depends.
Yeah.
It just depends how long.
And that's not why I wish Ramos a happy birthday. By the way, it's because I genuinely,
Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
But okay, I just wanted to throw that out there because I saw Gisele 43, and I'm like, I wonder, it's her first birthday officially away from Tom. I wonder, because for the last decade or so, they probably had a beautiful vacation or dinner or something. So he sees the date. I wonder if he's like, hey, I know it didn't work out, but hey, you're a great mom. Happy birthday.
No, because they're communicating all the time with their kids or about their kids, even if it's through email or text message. So, or our family wizard. There's apps for people to communicate to keep it on the up and up, right, for legal reasons. So even if it's through these apps, like, he's gonna wish her a happy birthday. It's in his best interest for the kids. I think, being that it's the first birthday since divorce, he doesn't have to, and he's not wrong if he doesn't. But I think it's okay if he did.
So, this December, you don't think Sofia Vergara is going to hit up Joe Manganiello, wish him a happy birthday?
Too fresh. No way.
By the way, that's a side question. Monsi, Ramos, Danny G, who's the hotter commodity at this stage of the game? Joe Manganiello or Sofia Vergara?
Ooh.
Well, my wife Suzanne loves I can't even say his last name.
Joe Manga, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Manga. She saw. I said, "Oh, did you see that Sofia Vergara are getting a divorce?" And she's like, "What?"
Yeah, dude, she's smoking hot. My dad loves her. She's on AGT as a judge, and of course, Modern Family. Joe Manganiello has been so cool on our show. He's a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan for all the Steelers fans out there.
He rolls
Joe
with AB, Antonio Brown. He's big in that Pittsburgh scene, and I say that because I remember seeing him at an event with Antonio Brown when he was on the Steelers.
I don't think they're still friends, by the way. I doubt it.
I mean, you don't know that.
Antonio Brown's trying to get into adult films now. Do you see that?
Well,
yeah, so let's,
I haven't gotten that Google update, but to answer your question, Sofia Vergara, for sure. She's still looking fine. Fine! I saw her in a thong recently. I was like, boom, bam. And she's sexy, dude. Joe Manganiello, look, I'm sure she's a pain in the ace. But he's also a lot to deal with, too, with his nerdy stuff. He's, like, big into Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm sure that gets tiresome after a while.
At first, he was probably like, are you serious, Joe?
Yeah, I don't care how ripped your abs are. That's got to become exhausting after a while.
So, hey, look at that. So, do you call your ex? That's up for you to decide. Covino, Monsi, apparently I'm the people pleaser minority, but I get it.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just it means more to Rich to be on everyone's good side. Most people are like, beat it, I'm moving on, I'm moving forward, and I'm not looking back unless they have kids. It's not that fresh.
I do wonder what a therapist would say about me in that if I spent time with someone in my life for an extended period of time, I feel like it's odd to pretend they don't exist. Like,
no, that's why
how do you do?
It is odd, but that's life, and that's called breaking up and moving on. That's unfortunate, but that's really just how it goes. How does her dude feel about you, big head, chiming in out of nowhere to say happy birthday?
Probably threatened by this big head.
Well, so then beat it. You're disrespecting the relationship.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, we can move on.
Happy birthday, Gisele, from us and Tom Brady.